Hello everyone and welcome. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Today we are going to be looking at some Micro Machine Star Wars mini head playsets that came out around 1996. So since these were released as collections, I'm just going to go through them chronologically. That seems to make the most sense. So first up is this Gamorrean guard. These are super tiny little heads. In fact, for comparison, I'm going to compare it to a Mighty Max. Here is the Gamorrean guard head playset next to a Mighty Max shrunken head. They're pretty much the same size. The Star Wars sets are a little bit bigger, but very slightly. And the premise of these sets is pretty much the exact same, just a little scene inside with one figure. When you open these sets up, they all have one little figure inside. These sets would be really good for displaying. It just seems like sets that you would leave open and just kind of look at more than play with. But here we have a little Gamorrean guard. I'm going to refrain from saying too much about these figures and the scenes inside just because I don't know that much. If you know what everything is, then that's great, and you can even tell me. I would love to know. I did do some research before making this video, but I can't possibly know all of this. So hopefully you will just enjoy looking at these with me if you're into Star Wars, or if you're not, or if you're maybe thinking about getting some of these for yourself. Hopefully you will just find this video helpful and interesting. One thing I will say is that they're very detailed. These little figures are nicely detailed, as is the inside of the playsets. Also from Collection 1, we have Admiral Akbar. So these generally came in sets of 3, or sometimes you could get them in a bigger box of like maybe 9. And of course you could also get character packs and vehicle packs. Now I am not what I would call a Star Wars fan, but I have been really interested in these for a while. I've known about them for a couple of years now, and I've kind of wanted to get my hands on some of them. I just didn't want to spend too much on them, but to get this whole lot of them for only $20, I was definitely pleased with that. So I only have these 2 sets from Collection 1, so now we're going to move on to Collection 2. First up, we have Greedo. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but I think he's pretty funny looking, but I actually really like him. Now I do know that this is probably Han Solo, right? I did look up Greedo just now, and I think he was tracking Han Solo and found him at the cantina and ended up dying. Is that right? Also in Collection 2, we have Tusken Raider. Now, since I'm not the hugest fan, I did have to look up names for some of these things. I even had to look up pronunciation for some of them. I apologize if I do a bad job at saying some of these names. Believe me, I'm trying. So please just bear with me and don't make fun of me too much. This one does not have a hole or a peg, so it's a little wobbly in there. Our last one in Collection 2 is Nyanub. I hope I'm saying that right. Now, instead of standing in this set, he actually sits here, if you can get him to, right at his little desk there. Probably not a desk, is it? Some sort of command center? I have no idea. Moving on to Collection 3, we have an adorable little Jawa. Again, in Collection 3, we have the Princess Leia / Ubi's Bounty Hunter. This is, of course, when Princess Leia was dressed as Boushh. This is not knowledge I just have naturally. This is what I learned from reading on the internet. So this set I know, of course. In the back there you can see Han Solo when he was frozen in carbonite. Moving on to Collection 4, we have a Scout Trooper. Also in Collection 4, we have Bib Fortuna. Now this is one creepy looking face. Last in Collection 4, we have Figrin Dan. I do have two more sets that I believe came from big box sets where you would get a variety of some of these from different collections and then like one special set. That's the best I can tell from looking at pictures online anyway. So first we have this beautiful gold C-3PO. I'm pretty sure he came in a big box set of like 9 or 10 play sets. Of course, we see Princess Leia back there recording that message on R2-D2. I do know some things, so that's a pretty basic thing to know about Star Wars. Everybody knows that. And for our last little mini head, we have Darth Vader, another set that I'm pretty sure came in a big box set. Now that is all of the little mini head play sets I have. This lot also came with a few vehicles and figures, so let's take a look at those. First up is this one that I didn't look up the name for, so I'm sorry. In the lot was also a Millennium Falcon. Now I'm pretty sure that this one either came with a pack of vehicles that you could buy separately, or it came with a large Micro Machines Star Wars playset. It was the 3CPO Cantina playset. I know it came with a Millennium Falcon, so this could have come with that set. And all of the vehicles have a little hole here because on the bigger sets they would have an arm that could swing out and you could fit the vehicles on there so that you could act like they were flying around the playset. I also got this Y-Wing fighter. I'm fairly certain that this one came with another large Micro Machines Star Wars playset. It looked like Luke's binoculars and it opened up into the Yavin Rebel base. I've actually kind of wanted that set for a long time, so maybe eventually I will get it and I will have the Y-Wing fighter to go with it. Now, while I don't have any of the Star Wars playsets where I can show you what it looks like for these to fly around, I do have this quite large Micro Machines playset that I got a while back. I've done a video on this, and it has this little arm here that swings out because you're supposed to have like a helicopter or an airplane or something with this set. This is a little big for it, but it kind of matches up, so I'm going to show you what it would look like for this to be flying around. So let's just pretend that this is a Star Wars set. You would put your little Millennium Falcon on an arm like this, and then you could just swing it around like that. So I also got this big pile of figures from the seller, and I don't know exactly where they come from, and I barely know who most of them are. And I was telling you here that I was just not going to even comment on them. I was just going to show them to you. But I really think it would be more entertaining if I at least tried to guess who these people are or describe them to you. So let's just go ahead and do that. So this is obviously R2-D2. He looks very swampy. Either he came like this or someone painted him. This is Princess Leia, obviously. I mean, the hair is a dead giveaway. Darth Vader. That's not complicated. Now this is Chad Rafan. I only know because I looked him up because he looked like a cute little animal. I think he came from the 3CPO Cantina set. This is Han Solo. I believe he came from that same big Cantina set as Chad Rafan. This is Lando Calrissian. I did recognize him, but I forgot his name, so I had to look that up. I'm not sure what set he came with. Another little Darth Vader figure in a similar stance as the last one. I don't know what these are called. I recognize it as one of those robot thingies. I have no idea. A guy riding on a dinosaur looking thing. I don't know what that is. This is like a stormtrooper, and he can snap onto this riding thing. I feel like I remember this from the movies, but I don't know what that's called. And I assume that's a stormtrooper, not like a scout trooper. I don't know. More stormtroopers, I guess. Two of them standing there together. I don't know, some alien looking guy sitting with like a gun or something. He's blue. 3CPO putting up his arms, sitting down. I don't know, is he like, I don't know, that's a weird chair. Is he like tied to the chair? I don't know. That would be, of course, the one and only Yoda. I've tried to figure out what set he goes to, but I can't find out. So maybe he just came in a character pack. A stormtrooper, scout trooper? I don't know. I just found out recently that there's more than one type. This is probably, I don't know, is that Luke Skywalker? I don't know. He looks kind of old, but that could be him. I don't know who else. Another alien. He's like holding coffee or something. He looks like he's just hanging out at work, drinking his coffee. This looks like some type of cricket alien wearing a grass skirt, holding a very large pipe. I don't know, it's weird looking. This guy's really cool. I think he goes to some sort of swamp type playset. I don't know his name, but he's kind of see-through. I really like him. This is Princess Leia in her infamous like bikini when Jabba the Hutt like captured her or whatever. Another stormtrooper with a little stance. Doing like lunges. Luke Skywalker again? I don't know. Who is that? Somebody. Another 3CPO just standing there. Another stormtrooper of some sort. I think this is Luke Skywalker when he was dressed up as a stormtrooper. I'm pretty sure that happened in the movie. I have some memory of that. Ah, Chewbacca. So cute. There's Chewbacca. Just kneeling down with his hand out. This guy's really dressed up. He looks like he's wearing some sweater vest that his grandma knit him for Christmas or something. I have no idea. This guy, he's like lunging. He's got a gun. He's like blue. I don't know who that is. This looks like Rocky Balboa or something, but that's not right because that's the wrong movie. I don't know. Some guy looks like he's dressed up for the cold. He's got a gun in his hand. Could be Luke. This is a little stump of a man. I don't know. He looks familiar, but I'm not sure. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned that I know very little about Star Wars, but we also learned that the Micro Machine Star Wars little play sets and figures are very, very tiny, very, very cute, but are also full of detail, which even a semi-Star Wars fan like myself can appreciate. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.